Very often when you're given a block of information, it is helpful to just organize it into a table. This is helpful not simply so that you can see what it is that you have to work with. It's also helpful in some cases so that you can see what it is that you're looking for. This problem's a good example of that sort of situation. PowerBright must decide between two locations on which to build a new power plant to provide 60 megawatt hours of electricity a month. That sounds like a good piece of information. Oh, megawatt hours. Megawatt hours are it's a measurement of electricity, kind of like ounces and gallons is a measure of gasoline or any other fluid. Now, anyway, what would we need a table for that? Not really that fact so much as the rest of this. Location A would have a variable cost of $1,000 per megawatt hour. Location B would have a variable cost of $1,500 per megawatt hour. And it continues, there's more information. Whoa, at this point, for me, I find it easier to just back out and organize this. There's a location A, there's a location B, and first off, that sentence we just said was talking about variable cost per megawatt hour. Now, what was it that we were told? Location A, $1,000 per megawatt hour. Location B, the 1,500. Okay, all right, now the only thing I've done is just recopied the information we were given. A power station at location A would require a fixed cost of $50,000 a month. Fixed cost monthly, okay, $50,000. I'm just organizing that information. Although an estimate of the monthly fixed costs at location B has not been made available yet due to the ongoing negotiations with the landowner there. All right, this is not uncommon. The fixed cost at a location is very often a reflection of the cost of the property, because what is this fixed cost that you have to pay every month regardless of how much you use the facility? It's usually either a mortgage payment or the rent on, right, what was the cost of the property. Now, oh, wait, so that means that this is a mystery. That's what they just said. We don't know what the fixed cost is. Oh, all right. Now, what's the question? Okay, at what fixed cost for location B would PowerBright, be indifferent to the choice of either of the two locations? Now notice that we do know about variable costs at the two locations, and certainly location A has the more attractive variable cost. It's lower, right? This question is asking, when would PowerBright as a decision maker not care? They would not care whether they were at location A or location B. A point of indifference. Okay, well, to calculate the point of indifference for any decision maker, you first have to think, how is the decision maker deciding? Well, based on cost. Cost is the only information we're given. Okay, so a decision maker would not care about location A versus location B if they each had the same cost. So I'm looking for the point at which location A and location B would wind up costing the same. All right. Let's just spell that out algebraically. Location A, we know more about location A. Cost at location A. Well, we know that no matter what you do, you pay $50,000 every month at location A, plus you pay $1,000, right, for each megawatt hour that you generate there. I knew we were going to use this for something. That's the volume. This is a cost volume analysis problem. We know that each month we will be generating 60 megawatt hours. All right, so this total combined amount, which works out to be what, 110,000? That is the monthly cost. Monthly cost at location A. We're asked when would we not care whether we were there or whether we were here. All right, well, we wouldn't care whether we were there or whether we were here if this works out to be the same thing as this. But what's this look like? Well, okay, first difficulty here is we don't know the fixed cost, right? It's a mystery. That's actually what we were asked, is at what fixed cost, right, would we not care? So we don't know what that number is, but wait a minute. We do know the variable cost. The variable cost is $1,500 per megawatt hour, and we do know the volume because it would be that same level of volume. All right, so this works out to be, this is the monthly cost at B. Wait, I can just solve for X here because this on this side works out to 110,000, and we're just asking when would the cost work out to be the same at location B. Well, this, let's see, 1,500 times 60, I get 90,000. And then, so when would this add up to be the same thing as that? Well, that would be when take the 110,000, subtract out the 90,000. When X equals 20,000 is when they would balance. Oh, that's the answer. If the fixed cost at location B were exactly $20,000, PowerBright would not care whether they were at location A or location B, because if you computed the cost at 60 megawatt hours a month at each location, it would balance. It would be precisely $110,000 in each case. So the answer is a fixed cost of $20,000.